bit.
Fine. Nothing wrong with beer balls.
No.
It's not your board anyway. You've got.
No, I've got. I've just got more brain space.
Not anymore. Right. Al, fudge, 60 diesels. So what we've decided to do today, sort of pre-Christmas episode, is, I know we haven't got a lot of the female viewers according to me statistics, but you'll all have wives and girlfriends, is to offer some assistance in Christmas present buying. I think that basically things that girls just don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, to be honest, we are all 12, aren't we?
Deep down inside.
Deep down inside.
I'm a 12-year-old lad.
12, we're all matured to about 12. We've been acting out after that.
Yeah.
But we're all 12 at heart.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Christmas presents, you get like the jumpers, the pants, the socks. That's not really what you wanted, is it? Because inside, your little schoolboy's going, ooh, one of them, but you've got to act all mature and you're supposed to enjoy your jumpers and your socks and be grateful for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I've come up with a cunning plan for getting around this sock and
pants
and stuff based. Nothing against the wife's lovely gifts that she buys me, but I found better just to buy me own. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do today is show you, and it'll give the girlies an idea of what a 45-year-old bloke, 44-year-old bloke would buy himself for Christmas.
And a almost 49-year-old.
You're almost 49. Yeah, but you're not having mine. You're not having. This is my Christmas present. My Christmas present. So what we're going to do now is show you the Christmas present I have bought myself. Ooh. Look at that! I mean, I didn't know I needed that. I've got a nice customer and a mate called Andy. He does that antique man cave type stuff. It's dangerous going to Andy, so we fixed his van and dropped it back again, and I went in to get the bill thingy done, and there she was. Now, obviously, the 12-year-old inside me kicked in straight away, and I decided to be sensible. So I had a quick look at it, took some money for fixing of the van, and left at great speed before I ended up owning this. And then I spent a week thinking about it. Here it is. So this is a hand-built, I'd have said 1960s, 1970s. I don't know, I'll have to check the paperwork that came with it. Mm-hmm. Big radio-controlled petrol engine speedboat thing. Mm. Look at this. And then in here, hang on, I've got to try not to break it, I've got to put this bit over it. In here, it has an engine with a pull starter on it. I mean, it hasn't gone in 20 years, so we won't be getting any work done today, will we? And we might be missing the radio gear, but luckily enough, because you're a 12-year-old as well.
I'm a 12-year-old with lots of vintage stuff.
You've got a spare set of radio gear.
I have. I've got all the gear that you need.
And my wife is, because I had to tell her about this.
Oh no. It's not one of those, look what I've found in the loft.
No, I'm not getting away with that. I just said I might have bought a radio-controlled boat. And she said, what type of radio-controlled boat? I said, one with a petrol engine in it that's quite old. And she was like, don't drown. I said, what do you mean don't drown? She said, because what you'll do is you'll get it working, and then you'll whiz it out in the middle of a lake, and knowing it being one of your top quality purposes, it will start to sink, and you can't swim, which you can't, and you'll drown trying to rescue a radio-controlled boat. I do occasionally like that sensible female thinking thing, and I'm not admitting she's right, because we're never doing that.
No.
So we're going to try and fix it, and then I don't know whether we're going to have to find quite a big pond, because this thing looks like it's quite fast.
I think this will go like a stabbed ram.
Yes, right, because that's like a whole 35cc, according to the thingy on the back there.
35cc.
35cc, two-stroke, petrol, massive, great man toy.
Lots of smoke, lots of power.
Yes, and the photographs that will show the people that came with it from like 1970 of it going quite fast across a lake. I'm just going to put the top back on it. Right, Fashy, we're going to have to go and fix some vehicles for at least half a day before we go and play with the boat. So if I leave it here, we can just look at it all morning, and then everyone else will come in and go.
And they go get. Wow.
So this is what you need, girls. So if you're buying your fella something for Christmas, we are all 12. Monster Beetles, lunch boxes, grave diggers, aeroplanes. They don't last more than Boxing Day, those do they? Every time I bought myself a radio controlled aeroplane, you know they give you the bit with it that says you must do this and learn to fly it. Or helicopters are the worst.
Yeah, no.
You're like, pah, pah. I was born a perfect helicopter pilot. And then in 20 minutes, it's just smashed plastic and deadness everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah, my
1,800 quid the first attempt at that cost me. Ooh. I bought an £1,800 very posh radio controlled helicopter, and it came with a kit for flying it up and down a metal pole in the garden.
Yeah, the stilts on it.
Yeah, through that way.
Yeah, my first one I bought was a jet, and I didn't know how to fly. I looked on YouTube and thought, I can do that.
Yeah, it's easy.
And I
took off.
Had the theme of Top Gun going through my head, and then I veered it too far over and steamed it across.
What I managed to do was I perfected the perfect helicopter takeoff. And it did. It took off like something like Airwolf. It was gone. It was up here. It was the old workshop was above. And I was like, this is wicked. And then something went horribly wrong.
Did you hit the roof?
No, I didn't. No, I was outside. No flying inside. I was outside. And it went up about like 70 foot. And then it didn't seem to be doing what I wanted it to do. And then it came down at absolutely full pace, smashed in the roof of the workshop and fell into pieces.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I think that was the last time it ever worked.
Oh no.
But those 15 minutes of glory, 15 minutes is probably a lie, probably more like 4, was worth the entire 1,800 quid. And I just didn't tell her that was the previous missus, so I don't have to worry about lying about it anymore. Right, work. Right, so this is my close-up. So we've got like, the little flags are the lockers for this top deck, so they need to be facing this way to get it off, don't they? We have the little men, got steering wheels, gauges, got one of them life raft thingies made out of a bit of tube.
What's he holding in his hand?
He's got a joystick, because I think he was supposed to be flying an aeroplane.
Oh, okay.
He might have been borrowed, because he's not got anything else in his hand. Stop being rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll find that obviously we were slightly short. He does look like an like a Second World War aeroplane pilot.
Yeah, and he does look like a 1960s.
Don't say it. But yes, no. I think they have been borrowed from another type of model kit, because they're not.
It's Spitfire pilot.
Yeah, I think
he looks like
a Spitfire pilot.
Yeah.
But yes. So what we need to do, Fudgy, can you hock the top off of a man's new top quality toy?
Okay, these are definitely the right way, yeah?
Yes. Flags pointing forwards, they're locked in when they're pointing back.
Oh,
give her a wiggle.
There we go.
Right.
Okay.
So what we've got in here is a 2-stroke pull start 35cc petrol engine. We have 2 tanks. We thought one might be oil and might be fuel, but it would appear that they're both fuel. It's like a funny pressurised system that we haven't quite figured. So there's the prop drive. We do have some mouse chewed up stuff, but we'll hoover that out in a minute. Carber tutor. This is the fuel on and off. We've worked that out, haven't we? And she runs 40 to 1, doesn't she?
40 to 1.
40 to 1, because we have got
2 and 3 star, wasn't it?
Oh.
So it might be 30.
Yeah, 40 to 1, 2. It'll be fine. We'll work that out. Yeah. Oh dear, fall over that. So then we've obviously got back here, we should have a servo pack that we're missing, but Fudge has got one of those. So that's your rudder, obviously working the rudder out the back here. And then this one here is your accelerator. And then we've got an exhaust coming out the back down here. We've got a nice little exhaust silencer in here, all in his own posh little heat box going up the engine up there. Steel prop shaft just there, propeller, and look at that, that's very good. And then over here we've got all the history for it. So this is a magazine article, there she is, and March 1978, so it's 45 years old at least. And then all of these that came with it. So there we are, Mr. Curtis art with it, because it's had a few redesigns on the top decky bit. So it's had that one. We've got some action photographs just there, and then there we have a picture of it as it is now, obviously when you change the top again, and there's one there with some trophies and stuff, isn't there? Yeah.
Yep.
And we have another high-speed action photograph there, some more literature, and the book of words for the engine. So in theory, Fudgy, what we need to do, I think we start by hoovering on some mouse nastiness that's in here.
Yeah.
And then we need to, well, we're not having radio gear tonight, but we need to get some petroleums, I think in this one, don't we? And check for sparks. Because it came with enough spark plugs.
You have got quite a few spark
I've got 10 of them, which makes you think that it probably gets through the spark plugs.
Yeah.
Right, so Fudgy, things we have got to figure out. Spark.
Yep.
To whether it's water cooled or air cooled. Because it does look like that it has a water pump there. I reckon that forward facing thingy here is a water pickup. And that it sucks water in through there. And then these two are the little...
So water feed into the head.
Yeah, and I think it's this flowing and returning water, so we may have to be wary of that whilst running. We don't want to run it for too long if we do get it going.
Yeah.
And I've got the wrong size plug spanner, because I'm a cretin. What, being a cretin or getting the wrong size spanner?
Not being a cretin, but getting the wrong size.
Yeah, well it keeps your exercise regime, workshop-based exercise regime up. Right, it's a spark plug. I mean, the way to tell, we could look at the book of words that came with it.
Yeah, but we're blokes though, aren't we? We'd never look at that.
Shall we just break the rules so that we don't break my new toy?
Yeah,
Do you want to unfold the book? Yeah, it's alright. It's got a plug gap on it. So I go and clean on this a minute. Make me sound, I could be posh, can I?
You look brand new.
You make it look brand new. Where's the main spark plug brand new making looking machine? Is there very little maintenance required?
Little.
Well, after
Except that it should be kept clean.
Yeah.
And the water jacket should be flushed out. Yes.
It's water-cooled engine, right. So we need not to run it for ages, or we've got to invent a workshop-based tub to put it in. And I think I've dropped my lighter in my shoe again due to that hole in my pocket. Right, so it's water-cooled.
Yep.
Oh, it's got like a little heaty jacket thing on there.
So heat it up and squirt it out the side.
Yeah, it cools down, it cools the exhaust.
Yeah.
So it's grabbing the heat out of the exhaust using water from the pump round. So it's pumping water around that little thingy there around the exhaust.
Yeah.
To cooling the exhaust. This is posh, isn't it?
Posh. And you've got another one which goes around the head.
Around the head.
And
So it's block cooling and then pops out. One drops down the back, out the back.
So you've got two holes at the side.
So she'll do the spurty like proper boat stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we attempt to see if we've got any spark? Because it must have an on and off switch, you would have thought. But
you've got to be able to kill it, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that's what this wire in here that isn't attached is, that one there.
Yeah.
I would have thought is the kill switch that we haven't got. So do you want to attempt, shall we put the book back over there so we don't ruin it?
Yeah. It's very fragile, this paper.
Well, it is from 1974 or something.
78.
Yeah, that's that article, he'd already made it. So the bloke made it from scratch, so 70, 78...
It could be 50 years of age.
It could be more than that, yeah. It's a proper man toy.
Beautiful man.
Yeah, right, so we see if you can electrocute me using the pull start.
Oh, God.
It's all right, don't worry, I won't sack you. Pull start's there.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure it's going to be secure on the old...
Well, if I leave me fatness on it... Oh! That's a good spark. Right.
Return's not very good. It's going to need a bit...
Hang on, let me go and get me can of squirt.
Yeah. That was actually a really strong spark.
I know it's got good compressions. I could just sort of gently lube on a cylinder a bit and pull it over, go on. I think it will do if I poke it back in here. Hang on. Hang on, let me wind it.
You've got a pull start rejuvenating tool.
No, we're not beating on this. Well, we can just... There it goes. I think she's freeing up.
Yeah.
So we could... I think to take it out, we're going to have to...
Listen to that. Right, she's going right. She's going to really
Try
cool.
pull it. It's not doing the returnees, is it? Because I'm having to wind the engine back. I don't know why I'm winding the engine using a really difficult thing to wind it with, and there's a whole prop shaft down here, a propeller I could wind it on. I don't want to break it. It's obviously just a bit sticky. I think it needs more lubricant in there. I think she's just a bit seized up. Can't hurt it, can it?
No. No. Besides, you don't want this cable to get too dry anyways. You want it to have a little bit of fun.
Well, it goes every now and again, because you can hear it. You can hear the spring or rewinding it, because it's going to be a bit of an arse starting it otherwise, because we'll have to do this every time. And it's quite stiff. And it makes guffy noises when you wind it back in. It does, there's a guffy noise, isn't it? See, I mean, I do wonder if the water pump's a bit stiff. We might need to...
That's pulled right in.
Right. So, what's that? Oh, well, I know what... No, I haven't broken it. It's just...
It's your oily thing.
It's my oily thing, and it's... I have oiled on it.
Ah.
So, do we attempt to get the pull start off so we can clean on it a bit? Because ow.
Oh.
So don't worry, I'm just going to knock it off. Not. It's only got 3 flathead non-Phillips type screws on it. So I reckon a stubby. I know just where I left it. Well, undo them. Might need one of them torque bit driver things that I've got in the toolbox. Because we don't really want to have to lift the engine out of it, do we? We go and get one of them a minute. Got a couple of options. I think that's going to be... Oh no, that might be about right.
So, can I fit a Mercedes diesel engine in your...
Yes, of course you can. If you think you can get... Everyone's been at you about your Capri, haven't they? Oh, she's going to end up a turbo diesel Capri. The look on your little face when I suggested it.
It would be pretty powerful though, wouldn't it? Would I be able to do drifting and stuff?
Yes, you'd probably be able to break it.
Would my axle...
No. Capri, do you remember 2.8? Do you remember Capri 2.8 axles had that limited slip diff?
Yeah.
Yes, my father-in-law tried taking his round a Swiss mountain pass. That wasn't a good idea. He died. He's been miffed about it for the last 20 years.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, the car lived again afterwards. I love the way that I'm doing this in the dark. What we really ought to do is
go and get the torch?
Do you think we could go and get a torch?
I'm going to have to hold it because it's another one of those.
Yeah, well, it's you could stick it on the cylinder head if you really want to, but try not to shine.
It would get in your way, wouldn't it?
Try not to shine it at the camera. It doesn't seem to be coming off.
Okay.
Which means we could be undoing stuff that we don't want to do. Shall we do it back up again and then continue on with the original idea? Because I don't really want to have to take the engine out of this unless I really have to.
Seem alright?
I don't know whether it's undoing or doing up or whatever it's doing, but I'm assuming that you have to take the big ugly front housing off to get in here. Right, will work, because obviously you'll take that bit off. Try pulling on it some more. I'll hold on to the boat.
Right.
She really isn't having it, is she?
No.
Can we? Let me just let's poke some cable back in there and then. I don't think it's the laps, because it must be the spring. I think the spring's, or the mechanism in there is sticky. I mean, the other choice is we try and take this front housing off.
Yeah, because I'm assuming there'd be some sort of a clutch in there, wouldn't there? Flywheel.
Must be something in there, I know that for sure. Or the other choice is we just pour fuel down its yap, pull on it and see if it goes.
But then we might have a real long...
Well, in theory, it should spit the that bit out. I mean, we could just see with a bit of addition of some cup worth of petrol if it farts. Perhaps the vibrations may possibly be enough to bring it around.
Yeah.
And we've also got to make sure that this prop shaft down here is not touching the bench. Yeah, that freewheel works.
Okay.
But it does seem to be sort of slightly locked in. I don't know. It's quite stiff.
Unless that is half the problem, it's just a bit... Is he trying to return from that point?
It's sort of going. It's obviously just slightly seized from 30 years of inactivity.
Yeah.
So we put posh penetrating oil in it. Proper stuff. If I can remember where I've left it, which it can't. Oh no, I can. I'm right in front of my eyes. Because I can't see where else it needs to go. I can dollop some on there, but I don't think it's going to help. Something's a bit sticky, isn't it? There is definitely no return on that. Pull on that a bit and pull it right out as far as it goes. Will it go any more than that?
No.
That's it. I think we're going to need... You would assume that that is definitely a recall type. So we're going to have to undo screws, aren't we?
I think so.
I think we're going to have to be proper and professional and put some effort in. Just don't want to break me new toy, because I think getting bits for that could be difficult.
Yeah, I'd imagine they don't make these engines anymore, do they?
No, well, it's actually older than I am. It might possibly be older than you are.
Me, I think, yeah. Not that that's a bad thing.
No, I suppose. I mean, age is age. We ain't in our 20s anymore, are we?
No.
Even though we are technically 12.
Technically we're 12, so...
12, yeah, it's not a worry. I mean, so I stopped maturing in about 1982. No, sorry, it's not later than that. No, 92. 92.
Oh,
Let's add some 80. I'm not very good with English.
7.
I was 3. Oop. Just drop tested that one down in there. Right, we've got one more to get on, which is, one would assume that there are 3 screws to you. Can I come round there? I don't know why. I'm going to go around this side. Swap sides. You can have the pull start and we'll throw that back there. You get the screw. I've drank too many cups of coffee. I've got to go to the loo again. Or is it in one of them places?
One of those,
impossible to get places. Would me holding the torch make life better? Oh, it's like one of those two-hand type places, isn't it?
Well, it's I think this is a little bit too long. Then it,
yeah, because to get it out, we're going to have to take all them 10mm bolts out.
Have you got a shorter one of these?
Let's have a look. See if we can. It won't quite touch it, I'm assuming, will it?
Yeah, it hits against the.
It's going to be pretty close on it. I don't want to turn it on its side, but let's have that there. Roll that there. Where is the blinking thing? It's there. What's that? That's on it. It is quite tight. I can't turn it. And I've dropped it in the bottom of my bateau. It'll go on there, especially if it's just beat on it up here. It's a bit, this table's a bit tall, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't quite do both. What else can
What
I
about
put?
quarter drive ratchet with a smaller?
Don't know, let's go and have a look at tools a minute.
Yeah. Quarter drive. Now is that shallower?
You can try it. I've lost me. Why did I not have it in my hand in the first place?
Right, it's shallower.
You get in there? You've got to slacker off a wee bit. Oh, you got her. That made the right noises, didn't it?
I hope so.
Well, it didn't break. I don't know whether that's going to come out of there with the... It's loose.
Ooh.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's loose enough to... I think she's going to need more of the
Need a
turning.
little bit more turning.
We can try doing it with by hand if possible, if that's easier, but...
It's going. Do by hand now. Can't quite get my finger on.
Enough out to make it fall off? Will it fall off?
Don't quite think he's going to fall
No,
off.
it's quite going to fall off yet. And you can't quite get in there to turn it by hand. I'm going to get in there with this and spin it off. Oh no, he's pretty tight. You might have to keep going the ratchet.
Yep,
I can't
let's
turn
keep
it.
going.
Yeah,
Let's keep
yeah. Keep going. Persistence and all that.
Yeah.
Quarter of a turn at a time.
It's a little tiny ratchet with a little tiny turning thingy.
Yeah, it's not quite as tiddly as mine ratchet though.
It's not about the size.
It's not about the size of your ratchet, it's how you use it.
This is it.
That's what I tell the wife all the time. I mean, this ratchet has got one of them finger turn things on the end of it.
Ah, oh.
That might be better, but I don't think we can get it in there. I think you've got it, haven't you?
He's almost there.
It's almost there.
It's one of those dislocate your arm to get the ratchet and the thingy.
We can edit this anyway, so it looks like it took us 2 seconds to take it off as master mechanics. And this flipping torch is doing the flashy thing, and it's only just come off charge.
Oh.
We're going to have, well, I'm going to send Stanley, Seeley a letter and moan, because they're both doing it now.
Oh.
Leave it fully charged, and then 10 minutes in, it's like flash, flash, flash. You still haven't got that, have you?
No.
Call yourself a model boat expert.
No. Model plane.
No, oh, sorry,
Yeah,
that
model
makes
planes.
names.
Boats.
Yeah.
Boats.
Yeah,
No,
well,
this
we could just cut a hole in the bottom to access it.
Should we drill a hole through the front?
Yeah, fine. But you'll have to put a long screwdriver in. That'll make it float. I think it is actually.
It is. I'm doing by fingers now. Anyway.
I'm doing my fingers. I think it's got the foam in it anyway to make it float, so there's less chance of me losing it. And I'm assuming these ducts here are for engine cooling, because they seem to come out down there. Look.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The man thought of everything. This is where we find now this housing doesn't come off the front without taking the engine out.
That. Don't say that.
I think we're going to end up taking the engine out, you know. Try not to lose all the bolts. What do you reckon? Oh, no, she does. Right, so what's in... Can you grab the little bolt out the bottom? I think we might have got a bit of mouse something in there. Or something. So basic. He's
He's not retracting there, is he?
No, well the flipper's on there, isn't it? Look. So that must just, I suppose, once
that's for locking it into place.
No, it isn't, because once it starts, centrifugal force forces the pin out. Yeah. And then it doesn't. So there's no retractable teeth on there, is there? Look, people, you can see. So basically, what it does is, at the moment, that pin slides sideways. See. So once the engine gets a whiz in, centrifugal force throws the pin out far enough to disengage this. But what we've got at the moment is that this.
But shouldn't there be like a spring thing in that to retract it?
Yeah, it'd be on the other side, but I think this is just slightly seized up. You can hear the spring.
Yeah.
But this thing is really stiff. I think that's a problem. Can I have the can of stuff that's over there? And I'll pour some more stuff directly in here to try and lubricate it up a bit. Because I think since the 70s it may have slightly seized up. That's much better.
Oh, look at that.
Just needed lubing on in the right place. Use the great saying that says, things that are greasy, go easy. Don't tell the wife because she looks at you really strange. Wow. I'm going to give this a mop out and then we're going to have to attempt to screw it back on again, aren't we? New cloth.
New cloth. I'm going to roll a cigarette. Hopefully it won't take me 20 minutes to roll it.
Yes, because
it's got like the old motorcycle style flywheel.
It's a pretty well built thing, so it's got a set of points in there.
Points, yeah.
But we're not messing around with them because we've
got a good spark.
We know that works.
Yeah.
And now we fixed this bit and made it much better. So do you think we need to put that bolt that we can't reach back in here before we put it back in there? I think we do.
I'm going to hand you the bolt.
Yeah. I suppose technically it's a screw, isn't it? And it came off of there, so one would assume it must go back in there again. Right, that's that refitted.
That, yes.
Where's the other screws? So we put the top ones on. I passed them to you earlier.
Oh, hang on. I put them in my pocket. Nope, they're screws from something else.
What did you do with them? You're doing to me.
I am doing it.
You didn't put them over here, and I haven't put teacups on top of them. I didn't have them. I passed them to you. Definitely, it's all your fault. I'm not stuck to the magnetic torch, no.
No.
And I haven't knocked them down in that annoying ejector thing that we've got in here.
Let me check my pockets. No.
No. No. What have we done? We put
no, I put them here.
Ah.
I put them. Did I put them there or did you put them there?
No, I don't remember putting them there. But there's one way of finding out.
Well, we can look on the camera.
Yeah, it's hardly worth an argument though, is it
No.
really? Let's be honest. You put the screws there. No, you put the screws. I didn't know. It's all your fault. Right.
Right.
What's the times doing on this one?
We're doing okay for time.
Yeah, I got to sort of meet someone else. 7-ish. Oh, for Christ's sake, why didn't they have Phillips ones until it was the 70s? You can't really go wrong with the Phillips because as long as you've got it sort of pushed in the end of it, it'll do up.
Yep.
Whereas flatheads,
they just slide off, don't they?
my grandfather would probably be laughing at me because he was a carpenter and he used to have loads of. Remember them big red zunk. I can't remember. They had a particular name or specific name. They were before electric drills, weren't they? Or battery.
That's right.
Those high-speed screw things, and he could operate one like an absolute champion. Whereas, let's be honest, I'm not doing terribly well here.
I couldn't. I mean, I did try several years. Well, back in the early '80s when I sort of doing little bits and pieces, and yeah, it would just slide off. I'd have to put all my weight on it, spin it, and it just shoot off to the side.
Oh, visitors. Right, you're going to have to do that one up because my big hands are too big. I fixed on as a pull stop. We know that works. I have added this top quality remote water feed pipe, which is actually a fish tank aerator pipe that came with the Corvette. You know, there's a box of them chucked in.
Yeah.
I was going to throw. Well, I didn't throw them, so that we need a water supply of some description, because I think we're going to need water cooling, aren't we? So we need to fill a tub up or a watering can.
Yeah.
We may be getting a bit ahead of ourselves here, but there is a chance that it might just crack off. So I suppose the next thing to do would be fill it full of fuel.
So does it fill from this one and then suck up through to that one?
Oh, I'm just going to fill that one and that one.
Yeah.
Because these are actually Brasso tins, aren't they, or something?
I think so.
I didn't realise that until I was looking at it last night. That's see? And then he's taken another one, so I soldered it on the top there, and then I think he's done the same with that one. That's
clever.
Very clever. It's made a little fuel tank, basically.
Yeah.
So there's a fair possibility it might. Now, there was something written in that book of words over there about the choke, which I think that stands a fairly sizable possibility of being it.
Yeah.
It's a bit sticky, and it's got a spring to hold it.
To hold it closed.
Closed.
Hold it open.
Yes, hold it open, yes. So I'm assuming that once it's cracked off, you don't need that anymore. That's definitely the fuel in and out. We have a spark killer on the back there, but we shouldn't need that, because if it gets really exciting, we'll just pull the cap off and get electrocuted.
You can do that bit.
Yes. So I think if you can find a watering can, I'm going to find a small fuel filling device otherwise, and I have mixed up some 50 to 1, 40 to 1, 30, 40 to 1 with some Evinrude outboard engine stuff I found.
Nice.
That came out of a van the other week.
Oh.
So we'll
right,
get a funnel, but we'll try putting some fuel in it. Oh no, it can't be an expansion tank because it's got a hole in it, so it has got to be a fuel. How does that work? I don't know.
It's pressurised, pushes in through.
Yeah, but it's got a hole in the top. So's this one.
Oh.
Yeah. So this one's definitely going to, because that's supplying the cop. Oh, I drop tested that.
Oh. That's a cute little funnel.
Yeah, I was quite surprised I managed to find it. Do you want to put that over there? Less chance of any flames.
Okay.
Or massive amounts of flames. So that's definitely my fuel supply. That's of course if there's fuel coming out there, but we could just pull on it to see, couldn't we? Do you think we put a little tiny bit of the fuels in there?
Like a little tiny thimble full.
Yeah.
So put the little filter in.
Yeah, let's not fill it up.
Load it up.
No, that'll just kill it, won't it?
Right, I'm going to go grab some water a minute.
Yeah, you go and fill that wiring can up. I've primed it.
Okay.
Well, as much as pouring fuel in it and waving the lever around can. And I'll put some fuel in the plug hole. So if you tap that there.
Right, I'll stick that
Yep.
on there.
Throw that plastic pipe in it. Gonna move my tea just in case everything goes horribly wrong.
Let's move that over to there.
Right. So choke like that. If I hold this, do you want to do the honours?
Okay.
See if it makes any popping and farting noises.
Prop shaft.
Yeah, propeller is free. The propeller is free of chewing anything up.
Okay.
Cool.
That's a little too easy.
Well, at the moment it is not running off a fuel tank, is it? That's what we chucked in the thing. Do you want to pull it again and see if we, because I reckon we ain't got no fuel.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Was a little too easy, wasn't it? Don't think we're getting any water. Might need to prime it, might we? Because we should have water peeing out everywhere.
That started up quite quick.
That did I mean, I don't think it's gone in 20 years, so that's not bad, is it? That sounds
Pretty
quite
bloody good, actually.
on the powerful side of things.
I like the fact that it's not overly loud, because you've got your great big resonating can in the back.
I don't think the people on the boat and lake at pool are going to like us with their
When she's on chat though, she's going to scream like a little.
Yeah, well they're going to be there with their radio controlled sailing boats, looking all posh, and there's us two hooligans, and we're going to get thrown out, aren't we? Yeah.
Coming.
We haven't made that bit work yet, have we?
No, but we've got. I mean, we can make the bars up.
We need to make. I think it must have had a clip-in plate here somehow, because that looks like a wingy nut.
Yeah. So it would have slid into that bit and then locked into that piece there, so it was slid in there.
Right. What we need to do is put that tub up higher on top of that can on there, and we'll siphon feed it into here. Do you get what I'm doing? So if you grab that Auto Smart tub, dot the thingy right on top of it, get it higher than the bateau.
So that'd be like the leaning tower of
tower of wobbliness.
Yeah.
That was lovely. So we feed it with water as a cooling device, like that. And then, do you reckon we go for it again?
Okay.
Right, pull on it.
Okay. Ooh, it's got some compressions.
Yes. Over like a trooper. And a pop's going round. Cooling system's working. Oh, the smell of aging two-stroke oil. Two-stroke oil, gotta love it. Shall we give it a rev? It's as sweet as that, isn't it? Right, so as you've seen, people, we've managed to get it to a point where it runs, and it seems to cool itself. So I'll put the sea, water, river-based coolant lines back on. So it came with this Futaba. I think it's Futaba, isn't it?
Futaba.
Receiver.
Tomato.
No, this isn't a receiver. This is a
transmitter.
Transmitter, yes, right. So it's got the forwards and the backwards and the lefty and righty on it. And then what we've done is ripped one of Fudgy's dead radio control cars apart, stolen the crystal out of the receiver.
Yeah.
And then
it's a Futaba receiver as well, so everything's matching.
Yeah, but what we got to test is that this stuff works.
It should do.
I wasn't making not on the quality, and I've been down the shop, remortgaged the house, and bought a lot of Duracell batteries. You can have that packet.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm going to use this whole packet to fire up this thing if it works.
Okay.
And then I suppose we'll see if those wiggle sat in there before we spend a load of time trying to install them into there. Because we're missing the servo plate and the servos, basically, aren't we?
Yeah, and we've got to make up some mechanism to hold those onto those.
To there, to make that, to do that, to do that, and then we've got to make a shut off, and we've got to stick the aerial back on wherever that's over there.
Okay.
I can feel some soldering, and I think if we use that really high strength bumper glue that we've got, I reckon we stick those.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to screw them down, but we better check.
Save time, isn't it?
And well, let's be honest, it's dark.
It's
dark, so because we've had quite a busy day.
We have. It's been a good day.
We've had some nice visitors.
We've had some lovely visitors today.
We'll wave at them. Hello, guys. It was lovely to see you this afternoon.
And you even have an on-off switch, Al.
So on and off. Well, that's normally what on and off switches do, isn't it? Right, I've got my Zaba, whatever it is, full of...
Zaba.
Right, so it does any life happen down there? Do we want to sit there?
We want to whack these in.
So we've got to plug that into there. Oh, I've got lights. And I've got me pulling out aerial.
Got your extendable doodah.
Me wobbly thingy-job with me thingy-majig.
Thingy-job, steery doodah. Whack that in there, that's the right way round.
Right, so we've got the right crystal-y thing pushed in here.
Oh, movement.
if I turn this on? Hang on, let me move lots of buttons. Nope. We may have a problem, Houston. Right. So is that this remote-y thing? Well, let's try putting this in round the other way. You know, I have a feeling this thing don't work. Well, some in here don't work.
Well, the servo did
move. We got... Didn't your car have like another handheld with it?
It did, yeah.
It's a bit boosted up.
Yeah, there's no aerial in it. All you got to do is swap the crystals over.
Yeah, and then take the batteries out of this one and see if that one works.
Yeah, because it might.
It might work. I've got an aerial. Let's go in there. Yep. Let's try this one instead then. How many batteries does this one take? 8 again. Blimey, these things are juicy. I'll just poke you in the eye with the aerial.
Ow.
Yeah, I don't think it's... I reckon it's going to be this. Well, if it doesn't work with that one, then we're going to have to go and buy some servo-y type stuff, aren't we? It's not a worry, we can do that.
On the on position, I mean, it could just be something simple as like bad connections. I mean, it could be this. I mean, it is old as hell and it's been sat in the shed for about...
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, basically we are recycling, obviously.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, we'll have to go and spend some money on Fleabay and buy some stuff.
I'm sure I had more controllers, but I might have thrown them away a long time
ago. It doesn't matter. Right, that one goes in there like that. Well, let's put this one back together, just in case that isn't.
Yeah, he's on.
No, nothing. Mind you, it won't have anything because I haven't put the crystal in it because I'm an idiot.
Oh.
Where does that go?
It goes in the bottom.
Oh.
Oh, heard a doodah.
Aha, right, so it's the controller. We have wiggling. I do worry about you sometimes. Right, so in theory, we can obviously swap the wires around again.
Swap the wires around, so you can have that as the throttle and that as the rudder, or yeah, I'd have that one as the throttle.
Yeah, right.
Excellent.
Right, marvellous. If that thing's rubbish, then not this.
It's a good job I bought that.
It's a good job you bought that in, yeah?
Yeah, because I thought, oh, it's not got an aerial, but I'll bring it in just in case.
So I think we need to bring the people in here so they know what we're doing. Yep. So what we've got, obviously, in the stern of ones is that there is the ruddery thing. And this one here does the brum brums. And then that's for the aerial.
Yeah.
This man's got to have a big wobbly aerial on the back of his boat, you know, because I've got that over
It's
here.
got a flag on it.
No, it's got a fell off on it because something got to it and it's fell off.
It's a pushy in.
No, it's a... Oh, is it? I mean, you are quite... That bit...
Yeah.
Does that bit push on there? You are quite right, Fudgy.
Okay.
I was assuming that was broken. Right, so it's a bit floppy. I'll just leave that alone there. So that there is the aerial. That there is, we've got to work out some description of shut off so that if it goes mad, we can stop it. And we've got quite a lot of water in the bottom of it. But if you pass me those servo-y things, move my microphone so it's not rubbing against my chin continuously, because that's quite annoying for people.
Right, so we've got the whole... Do you want me to disconnect these from the receiver?
Well, let's come up with a cunning game plan. I'm just going to smoke above these 2 fuel tanks.
I'm going to smoke.
That's fine, that'll be all right. What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
So we've got like a wing nut here, and we appear to have there's some like squidgy bits, and there's 2 locations. So I'm assuming that the original pack just dropped in here, and then you plugged your brum in. Yep. So we've got one with a knuckle on it, which
Yeah.
I'm assuming that using talent and brilliance,
We could.
we could bodge on there.
Yeah.
We're going to have to make an extension for that, aren't we? And then this one, I think, as you say, we need to unscrew at least this one, so these two are separate.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and find a bit of wood.
Because it would be the same height for both of them, won't it?
Well, then one's taller than the other, but it doesn't matter. And they're not one taller, it's because one's bolted under the other. But basically, I think we need to separate them, because they are two separate units, aren't they?
Yes.
So we need to have, to avoid too much engineering, we've got to have one over here, which is looking like this one, I reckon, with a bit of bent wire doing that.
Yeah.
And then we need one stuck on a bit of wood there. And then we need that stuck somewhere so it doesn't escape. And then this stuck. And then we need to make sure that that is... We don't technically need this aerial.
No, but it's good. It looks good.
Well, we could just twist it. We could use the top quality wire joiners to give it more range. So I think the best bet for a minute is to gingerly pull these two out of here without breaking them. I'll give that to you because I'm like a rhinoceros and bust everything.
Yeah, you just got to tug them like. There we go.
So I think what we do now is we're going to go on a bit of time lapse.
Yeah.
You can go and take them apart.
Yep.
I'm going to go and find a bit of wood. Because I think that's probably the best bet, is a bit of plywood. Dave's camper van, because it's got some big sheets of plywood in there. I haven't got a saw, but I've got a disc cutter and I know how to use it.
Ooh.
I may even attempt using a tape measure to make sure that we get it in one hit.
We're going all professional on this boat, aren't we?
Not really, but otherwise I'm going to end up with a bit of wood this big that I'm going to have to whack down again. So if I
We can sit the servos here.
Well, we can use some bumper glue and stick them on, and then we can make some little metal rods. I mean, this is a more technical one, this one, because it's screwed in. But that doesn't mean that a man can't MIG weld another lump of metal on the end of it to allow him to bend it and wedge it in that.
Yeah.
Or the other choice is we completely dismantle your radio controlled car that you've got and nick the rods off of it.
There's a good idea.
You strip those,
Yeah.
I'll go on time lapse, we go on time lapse, I'll go and find some wood.
Okay.
See, we have fabricated a piece of wood. I cut that up with an angle grinder and that made lots of smoke and the place stank. Ground some lumps out of it there and there with a bench grinder, and then we drilled a hole for the original mounting point just there, and we have bumper glued 2 servos, a control unit, and we've just left this fully floating for a minute with a switch.
Yep.
Because we haven't quite decided what we're doing with that yet, have we? Because that's going to need to be clip and unclippable, isn't it?
Put it in like a little box.
Yeah,
The switch on.
and I have joined using a 12 volt aerial, 12 volt car connection aerial up. So if we throw all that down in there so it doesn't interfere with anything, then I think, shall we just, no, we might as well just go for a full try in one hit, won't we? So basically, in theory, that does the throttle.
Yeah.
This isn't a stop, this is just an earth. I reckon that was doing something else. So at current, I don't think we have... There's a little brown wire going through the bottom here, that's an earth. And where that goes.
Okay,
So there's no way of turning it off, but we're not worried about that because we don't need to turn it off, we just want to go.
That one's siphoning.
Yep, we've got water peeing out the bottom of it. Yep. Yeah, she's good. We're going to have to empty like the 2 gallons of water out the bottom of it when we finish, don't we?
That's got to plug into.
What have we done with the receiver? Receiver transmitter. Right, I've got my transmittery thing. Just flooding my boat. I'm just thinking my boat, we haven't even floated it yet.
Okay.
Right, you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I filled it up with more petrol in it because it's burnt. And what we need to do, Fudge, do you want to turn the switch on back there?
Yeah.
Right, shall we see if we've got any... Oh, hang on. Right, we have lights. Oh, right, we've got rudderage.
Rudderage.
Right.
Throttlage.
We've got throttle, which is a bit wobbly, but I think that's good enough to try it, isn't it?
Yeah.
shall we, I'll turn this off a minute, leave that on, put this down somewhere. Shall we get her ticking over? We got the water coolings going on, haven't we?
Yeah,
right.
water's
Right, I'm on the choke. I'll give her a bit of a tickle on her tickle thing. Go on then, give it a pull. And again.
Is the petrol on?
Yes.
Yep.
It's going. Go on. Hang on. I know what we haven't got. We haven't got any throttle on, have we?
Ah.
Right, let's try. Right, try that. Yeah, we're going to have to do better attachments now because that fell off. Perhaps we might have to put some screws in there. I've got some screws. Right, now we've completely flooded the place. We've fixed our throttlage. Oh, that's much better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so we need a bit of throttle to get it to start if we haven't got fuel problems. So we go, alright, you pull.
Okay.
Right, go it again. Then we got rid of all the water. That's better. Alright, we got it again. Yeah, it's a bit two-strokey in here. That's definitely, you can smell the Evinrude, can't you? That's that Evinrude two-stroker, which I think I might put a bit too much in.
Yeah.
But it's lubricated it, and we'll have to work on that.
Yep.
But anyway, in theory, on the time we've cleaned the carburettor, strap the battery pack down, we are ready for sea trials.
Yeah.
We might go for lake trials. I'm thinking, as far as I can remember, that Poole Park has a model boating lake.
Really?
I've been down there before, and there's all the nice posh people. They've got radio-controlled sailing boats, where you can move
the spinnakers and
all that exciting stuff.
Ooh, okay.
They probably won't like us on our Yobbo 35cc powered smoky speedboat, but we're not going to worry about that. So I think what we're going to try and do is, obviously, you're going to have to hang on for the great sea trial. I'm not allowed to drown, apparently.
No. So
can you swim?
I can swim.
Oh, marvellous!
Looks like I'm taking my swimming shorts.
Well, if
just in case.
I've got one of them plastic inflatable rubber dinghy things up there. We'll take that as backup machine for when because we don't actually know it floats. We haven't tested that bit yet.
So we're taking it to like deep water.
No, it's only a little boat lake on Poole Park. Yeah, it's a proper like posh. Ooh. It's in the middle of Poole Park. It's quite quaint. Ideal place for us to go and make a load of noise and smoke and upset all the yachty people.
Why not?
So, here's my Christmas present. It now technically functions remotely, runs. I don't think she's hit the water since the mid-80s. So I think we may do a midweek episode on upsetting all the people on the boat lake in Poole Park with our Yobbo smoky speedboat.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Thank you very much for watching our stupidity. Al Fudge 6D Diesels.